What's up everyone and welcome to FAQ113. As you can see, I'm at my house. This past week was an autumn break for my kids, so I've been spending a lot of time with them here at my house, and I've been building a shed outside, and life is beautiful. But tomorrow, it's back to business, Monday tomorrow. But before that, look at this. I racked up all my guitars here. So this past week, we saw the launch of the new artist models from Solar Guitar. So we have a couple of new Artist A type models that we unveiled this past week. And as you can see, here's a 6-string, 6-string, 7-string, looks like that. But with some of the looks being updated, like the brushed chrome Evertune. We have the new hardware, you know, Solar locking tuners, stainless steel frets, lumen lace side dots, Duncan Solar pickups, Evertune bridge, strap block thingies. And yeah, because it's being Halloween, we also made this red version as well. I don't know if you can see it, but this red open pore is absolutely kick-ass. This one is a beauty. Hopefully you can see that with your small penis-sized phones. Awesome. Let's just start with the questions. You know, this is actually kind of a douchebaggish setup right here. I have my cart with my enormous book on it. I don't even know what this book is. Matt said, the fact he skipped over the solar amp and pedal part of the question, single confirmation, lol. And so in the latest FAQ, I got this question sort of like entangled into another one, and I forgot to answer the second part of the question. And now everyone says that solar amps are confirmed. I mean, this is how fake news is created. Thank you so much, guys. You're amazing. Thank you. It's definitely not about me getting older and forgetting shit. You know, I forget shit all the time. So, okay, to answer this question, there are no plans of making solar amplification right now, okay? Necromonicum Kyle. Hey Ola, me and my girlfriend always watch your latest FAQ together. She's learned to play bass and wants to know how people with long hair don't have problems with it getting in the way or tangled, especially with the hair tornadoes. This is an excellent question. Thank you so much for watching my FAQs all the time. I appreciate it. And if you ever wonder why usually on touring guitar players the hair up front here is a little bit thinner than on the back, it's not only because they're balding, it's also because, you know, this is the hair that gets stuck on straps and guitar strings and, you know, gets stuck onto things and gets ripped off, basically. I had a friend who got his, like a full patch ripped off. His hair got caught in a bass guitar and basically ripped off a whole patch of hair from his head. Amazing. Barry Gomez. Hey Ola, nice Spotify pick. That shit is straight money. All right, what is this? I need to check. I'm gonna search myself on Spotify. Englund. Oh. Okay. Yeah. There it is. So professional. This picture kind of shows the status of my musical endeavors in my life, I would say. I guess it's the perfect pick, actually, for this. Oh, you can search for me on Spotify, listen to my songs. I have 21,000 listeners per month. That's not too bad, man. That's not bad. Thank you. Spotify. Listen to my album. Thank you. Samuel Martin. Man, that was so funny. By the way, I got a question. I saw the interview of Peter Honore, Danish Pete, and he mentioned the Jante law, or law of Jante. Is it something you know about? Is it something that is taught explicitly, or is it implicit? Does this make Northern people more hardworking? Focus. What are the positive aspects of it and the negative ones? Is it something that is on its way out with younger generations? Okay, so yeah, I've actually covered this somewhat in an earlier FAQ. This is called Jante lagen, which is something that Northern people kind of go by, where the mentality is that you shouldn't think that you're anyone special. Basically, that we're all equal, which I think to some degree is a very good way to view the whole perspective about human beings, because we are all equal. And the Jante law is basically like if you make a lot of money or if you're successful, you don't necessarily brag about it, or you know, you don't really talk about that a lot. I mean, people in Sweden, they don't talk about money at all. It's a subject that you don't go into. You don't talk about this with your peers. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not interesting, really. We don't celebrate success as much here in Sweden as other people might do, like in the US, for instance. But at the same time, because we're not celebrating the success, we don't really have that much envy or people being envious in that sense. So it's hard to explain. It's not like we live by this, but it's definitely in the back of your mind. You know, you're not over anyone else. You're not worth anything more than the guy next to you, even if you have different jobs or different opportunities. You're all equal. And, you know, I go by this. I think it's a pretty good way to look at things. And it might seem a little harsh and, you know, Nordic or whatever, but I think it's good for your working mentality. But I think now that more people and, you know, Sweden is getting more international in that sense that, you know, more and more people move here and start working, that it's getting, you know, it's less and less of the Jante law in that sense. So there you go. Thank you so much for that question. Brandon Delat. Hey Ola, is it hard for you to be satisfied with a guitar since you can have whatever guitar you want? I know for me, I'm a drummer and I'm never satisfied with one piece of gear and I'm always looking for the next best thing. Lol, peace, and keep it up. All right, so this is part of the reason why I brought all of the guitars and put them up against the wall here. Just not because I'm an asshole, you know, Jante law, I'm not better than anyone else. I just have a shit ton of guitars against my wall here. But buying and selling guitars is, if you're into it, part of the game about being a guitar player. Now, this what I have right here, obviously these, you know, are my company guitars, but I own this, you know, this Dimebag guitar and a bunch of other guitars. You know, I just bought a Strat and all that. And that is for sure a luxury that not everyone can be a part of. But that's also part of what I'm doing and what I'm working with. So, you know, a lot of people see that I have tons of gears, I have tons of guitars, and how can you afford all of this? And, you know, this is what I'm working with. You know, I have a YouTube channel, I work with music. I'm very fortunate to be able to do this for a living. And this is my job right here, to have guitars, to try guitars and play guitars and make guitars. If I wouldn't do this for a living, that's my dad's phone right there. God damn it. Told him to shut it off. So yeah, you know, my hunt for new guitars, it's not really because I'm disappointed with the guitars I have. It's just that, you know, the grass is always greener. Getting a new guitar inspires something in me, and I think that's kind of like the reason why a lot of people get new guitars and new gear is because it inspires you to kind of thrive on with your music writing or just for playing guitar, for instance. I mean, some people, they need to get new gear to, you know, kind of force themselves into play more guitar. For me, I mean, less for other people, but that's a big part of the whole hobby of playing guitar. But obviously, like, you know, I have my own brand and, you know, I can basically create my favorite guitar, which is what I'm doing for a living. I can't really describe it. I mean, I sit here with this guitar and for me, it's another guitar, which is really good. It's weird because, you know, I created this guitar. That's a little hard for me to swallow. Oh, that's what she said. Oh, fuck you perverts. Nick Malloy, hey Ola, how is the studio coming along on your new house? Thank you so much. The studio is not coming along in my new house because to build a studio, you need money. And I don't have enough money to build a studio in the attic. It's gonna be really expensive. But you know, I have plans of what I want to do, but I don't want to give anything out now because it's still in the works and, you know, it might be several years ahead. So I don't know, we'll have to see. But right now, the only building that's happening is that I'm building my shed. So maybe yeah, just come along. I'm building a shed right now. Let's go check it out, okay? Let's go. It's out here. All right, so look at this. It's my new shed that I've been building during this autumn break. Huh? Not too bad for Ola, the salesman. I actually have no idea how to do this, but I just do it anyway. I mean, how hard can it be? This could probably be a new studio room. It's just that there's no isolation. It's probably gonna get really cold during the winters, but you know, who needs warmth when you have death metal? Just saying. So there you go. I'm not a complete waste of space. Jens Altman, Ola, I'm currently trying to conquer this amazing diminished solo line from River Dragon Has Come. Do you have any hint regarding the way to pick this in order to increase the speed? Thank you so much. Ooh, I like this one. Let me plug that in. I think he's referring to this. And I think I'm playing in strict alternate picking, which is not how Jeff Loomis is doing it. He's doing kind of like a half thing between alternate picking and sweeping. So he's basically sweeping or doing economy picking when doing this. And you know what? When I first learned this back in like the beginning of the 2000s, when the album was released, I just practiced it over and over and over and over and over again for several hours until, you know, the speed came. I mean, if you want to be able to play it, you have to practice both slow and fast. So you can practice really fast, you know, over your ability to make it sound like shit, like just to get the feeling of doing something in high speed into your head, and then afterwards you can practice slow to get the technique in, and then combine the two. Did you see that I was doing some economy picking in there? Holy shit, that was, yeah. I mean, it's all about just putting in the time and the effort into it, and you'll nail it. Don't play it like me, that's a bad idea. Just play it like Jeff Loomis is doing. This probably makes more sense. Great, riff of the day. House Ho. What's the deal with this dude? Why does he have followers? Did I miss something? He plays bar chords. So what? Now, I just got told off by House Ho. Piotr Golaki. Hi Ola, absolutely love what you do. Love your content. I was wondering why some absolute sick guitarists and musicians do not gain much attention. What do you think is that? For example, I found this amazing guitar player, James Fraser. He done some covers much as Muse Madness and Seal Song and some game music, but his original music is fucking amazing. But his subscribe count and watch count, YouTube and Spotify is really low, and he's done a lot of hard work to record his music. Okay, thank you. Really good question. Why is it that people that are more talented than others get recognition and exposure on YouTube and Facebook, for instance, or on the social medias? So I think the problem is that a lot of people expect that people will gain a following just by uploading content. Now, the problem today is that there's so many people out there uploading content. And, you know, going back to this household guy that was, you know, asking what the deal with me was, I'm playing a couple of bar chords. Why are people following me when there's so many other talented players out there and that deserves recognition? But the problem is that there's so many other great guitar players out there. There's so much incredible music out there that people can't keep up. The platform is saturated and everyone's competing about the same space. I was lucky enough that I started early because I was some sort of alone when I started doing what I was doing. And that's how I grew my following. And even so, when I started my YouTube channel, I already had some sort of a following because I had, you know, I've been on forums and I was helpful on forums. So, you know, you can't just go into it straight away and think that you're gonna get success right away. I mean, even before I started my YouTube channel, I had been, you know, building a relationship with other people and building a name for almost 8 years before I actually started my YouTube channel, where I hung on forums and production forums like the Andy Sneap forum and the John Petrucci forum. So I mean, at the end of the day, right now, it's not only about putting the hard work in there, it's also a lot about timing, of your timing basically. I mean, nowadays you don't know what's gonna be viral or not. It's really hard to plan. I mean, some of my videos, some of my FAQs, they get a lot of views, and some, they don't get enough views, even though I think that the one that had less views is a better FAQ in general. But it's all because of timing, basically. I mean, one of these Sundays, maybe it was a really, you know, there was good weather out in the US and the whole of the US, and everyone was out doing bullshit or whatever. And, you know, stuff like that will affect if something goes viral or not. You have no control over that. The only thing that you can do, and that I'm doing, is that I'm uploading a lot of content, because eventually something will go viral and something will get more exposure, and that will help the whole Englund YouTube channel. I definitely understand a lot of people that are serious musicians out there that, you know, put so much effort into YouTube videos and their productions and their music, and they don't feel like they're getting the recognition they deserve. Well, it's more about actually making the music today and making good content. It's about consistency, timing, and just, you know, believing in yourself and just keep on doing it for a long time. Then there's obviously the exception to the rule where someone goes famous straight away and gets like a really viral video and it suddenly becomes like a really big thing quick. But for the rest of us, we really have to work hard. We really have to have the timing in. And to all the guys like James Fraser out there, don't give up. I think that's the biggest problem a lot of people have. They expect too much and they give up way too soon, way too quickly. Hope that answers the question, Piotr. Great. Dario HC. Hi Ola, how much do you appreciate or hate the Swedish musicians and popular bands we all know? Okay, this is gonna be a good one. Let's start with the first one. ABBA. ABBA. They're icons in my opinion. They have 6 songs. You know, they're very happy songs, but that's some really good songwriting right there. I mean, just go listen to the hits basically. They're great. Okay, Roxette. Roxette were really big when I was growing up, like around when I was 10 years old. They were a really big pop act, and I know in some countries they're still really big. And same thing there, just really good, solid songwriting in that sense. They're great. I can hear the good songwriting in there. Cardigans. Okay, Cardigans, a band that my sister listened to. And same thing there. I mean, the songs that I heard and the songs that were huge, you know, hits. Great songwriting, great songs, great. Europe, legends. The Final Countdown, holy shit, songwriting. Oh, wow, are we seeing a red thread here while doing this? Europe, great band, great musicians. John Norum, guitar player, one of Sweden's best guitar players, no doubt about it. Ace of Base. I saw the sun and opened my eyes, I saw the sun. Yeah, I guess that's a good song. Good songwriting. Shitty music though. Swedish House Mafia. I don't think I can mention one single Swedish House Mafia song. That's just way too recent for me, and I don't know, actually. I have no idea what they sound like. It's house, I guess, because people dance to that. Exactly like that. That's my only dance move for house. You know, shaking the maracas. Great. Robin. Okay, Robin. I think I'm secretly in love with Robin. I remember being a teenager and, you know, she became a thing, and I think I had sort of like a crush on her. The cool thing about Robin is that she's an amazing producer as well. She writes her own songs and she produces everything herself. She's incredible. For me, Robin is a superstar. Oh, her singing is amazing as well. When you hear her voice, you know immediately that it's her. So if you haven't checked out Robin, you should definitely listen to her. Amazing songwriter. Oh, great. Do we see a red thread among all these bands? Just really solid songwriting. Swedish songwriting, may I add. Antoni Trujillo, I legit hate you now. How dare you disparage Dumel? Okay, he's talking about my latest video. I talked about typo negative, and a lot of people got pissed off because I called it Dumel. Ooh, sorry that I hurt your feelings. Well, at least it's good for me that I don't understand the word disparage. I don't know what that means, sorry. See ya. Drink with class. Ola, I downloaded Master of the Universe illegally. Are you mad at me? Yeah, I guess I am a little bit mad. And you know why actually I'm a little bit mad? It's because, you know, for us smaller artists, it hurts more when people illegally download their music because, you know, we're kind of dependent on the individual sale rather than when you're a big band and, you know, you have millions and millions of sales. So in that sense, yes, I am probably mad. Otto Schneider. Hey Ola, what's the most annoying things fans have done at shows? Keep up the good content, man. Greetings from England. Okay, so fans, I don't really have anything about annoying fans. There aren't really that many annoying fans. But something that annoys me when I'm playing live It's a little douchey actually, but you know, when I'm playing live and I'm, you know, standing and playing for people for an hour, you know, I see the faces of the people in front of me, okay? I have an idea who is there, who's enjoying the show and, you know, rocking out, and that's awesome. Usually I take remembrance of the people that are in front of me, so eventually at the end of the gig, if I give out picks, you know, I give to the people that I've acknowledged or have been there the full show, you know, and really like been into it and all that, because they deserve to get a guitar pick in my opinion. But then when the singer or Marco announces that, okay, this is the last song, let's just all, you know, do a pit and whatever, suddenly there's a lot of new people in front of me and they're like, hey man, guitar pick, always, guitar pick. I never seen these guys before in front of me or like close by. They just come up for the last song to, you know, oh, guitar pick. That's kind of shitty. But, you know, the ones that I see that have been there all the time, I acknowledge you. I see you guys, okay? You guys, you're the only ones that deserve a guitar pick. Okay? Great. Shul95, how many pieces are Solar Next made from? Mine is an S1.6 FR FBR, and I think it's a 3-piece, but I'm not sure. Keep on the awesome work. Okay, so I don't know if the specs are on the website, but if it's not specified on the website, if it's whatever it is, it's usually a 3-piece neck. And you can actually see it here. It's 3 pieces of maple, and it's just a lot more stable than having a single piece of maple. And then we also have the one guitar that you mentioned. I think that's the Poplar Barrel. That's a neck through. I think that's a 5-piece with Yatoba stripes and maple, basically. So that's a 5-piece neck that you have. I think so, at least. Maybe just check at the back. If you have 2 stripes of brown back there, there's 2 stripes of Jatoba. That makes 5 pieces, okay? And that makes for a really stable neck. But from my experience, a 3-piece neck is more than enough to keep a stable neck. So thank you. And that was the last question. Guys, thank you so much for sticking with me on this video. I know it's a little bit different because I'm at the house, but thank you anyways. And if you have any questions, please post them in the comment section below, and I'll look them through after this, and hopefully, and maybe it will show up in the next video. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.